So our friends over at Rough Country sent us an entire front suspension kit for our Sasquatch project. Well, guys, I should have listened to you. I'm sorry, this one is not gonna work out. I have to think about what I'm gonna do. This really sucks. What's up, guys? Wanted to put this at the beginning of the video because I kind of debated on not putting this video out, but I worked really hard on it, so I hope you guys enjoy it. But it is kind of a mistake on the F250, so you'll have to watch it and see what we did wrong. But just a disclaimer, I kind of didn't want to put this video out, so hope you guys enjoy. What's up, guys? I'm back. It's been a while, so let's get to work. Well, guys, we're finally back in the shop. I have been traveling all over the place the past few weeks, so sorry for the lack of videos, but we're finally back and we gotta get to work on the Sasquatch project. If you guys have missed the previous episodes on this project, let me give you a little rundown to show you guys what we've done to this thing. So this is a 1959 Ford F250. It's the first year Ford made a factory four-wheel drive truck. So we ended up taking a 1994 Ford 7.3 turbo diesel chassis, yanking the body off of that chassis and then putting on our 1959 body so it can run and drive like a little bit more modern vehicle, but have that awesome 7.3 turbo diesel swap. So what we are working on now is we figured out the transmission tunnel and we figured out the pedals, the brakes, and the steering column. So this project is getting pretty close. We got a lot of progress done, at least for it to be able to move around, but we have a lot more stuff to go. And what we're going to be tackling today is our suspension. So let's dive in and see what we got. Now, a few episodes ago, we were trying to play with the body placement on the frame. Now I had a big spacer in between the frame and the cab, trying to space up what I thought would look good, and we ended up lowering it back down because I just didn't like the big gap in between there. Now, this truck really doesn't need to be lifted super high. It already is pretty big, but it has a factory rake on the front of the truck. So the nose of the stock 94 F250 is pointed down and I want to level it up. So our friends over at Rough Country sent us an entire front suspension kit for our Sasquatch project. This will bolt to any twin traction four-wheel drive OBS Ford F250, and that's what we got for the Sasquatch. So this is going to lift it up a little bit, and I'll show you guys what we're going to do when we rip out the old leaf springs and show you the big difference between these and the ones that are in there. Now, the reason that I wanted to do this suspension kit is because I want to get a little bit more front travel with what we're going to be doing with the truck, and I think this will work out perfectly. So we're going to go through, we're going to install this kit, and I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like. But a big reason that I wanted to swap to these front leaf springs instead of the factory ones was eventually I would like to find an F350 solid front axle and then swap over to those. So I would be able to use these leaf springs with that as well. So I'm trying to plan out for what I want to do in the future with this kit, and maybe we'll end up getting rid of the independent front suspension the truck has right now. Or maybe I'll really like it because it rides pretty good. So I have never really messed with these OBS 4s before, so I'm learning as I go. So what I liked about this kit is it includes pretty much everything we're going to need to be able to raise our truck up a little bit. So it includes 2 new leaf springs for the front. It includes a new pitman arm to be able to account for the lift that we're going to go with the truck. We have shocks, we have bushings, we have brackets for the twin traction beam, and we have all the bolts and hardware and some lift blocks in the back to be able to match our new front ride height. So it literally comes with everything that we're going to need to be able to make this thing a little bit taller, give us a little bit more ground clearance, and I think it's gonna look super cool. So a huge thank you to Rough Country for sending out the kit. If you guys are interested in installing this kit on a similar OBS Ford, I will link this kit down in the description below so you guys can check that out. Well, we got the F250 all lifted up so that way we can start working on the front suspension. Now that I have the wheel and tire pulled off, you can kind of see the factory front leaf spring and how it's actually almost bowed the opposite direction. Obviously there's no weight on it currently, so it's drooped down a little bit and it's dead flat almost. So I want to have a little bit more leaf spring travel. You can see in there how close it is to the factory bump stop. So when the weight is fully compressed, it's super close to that factory bump stop, and I want to have a little bit more suspension travel. So what I'm going to start with is unbolting the factory leaf spring and dropping this axle down. Now you can see in the middle here, it does pivot off this center cross member. So what is nice about the kit is it actually includes brackets to drop that whole thing down. So it still has the same suspension geometry, it's just lowered down a little bit to get away from that frame. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna assemble this entire kit here and see how it goes. This truck hasn't probably been touched since factory whenever it was assembled, so hopefully these bolts come out pretty easily and we can get it all put together. Alright, so I got the front leaf spring mount out, I got the shock unbolted, and I got the axle on the ground. Now, this rear leaf spring mount, this bolt is stuck into its place. So it's like it's rusted, or I guess, inside into this little steel collar that's in there inside the bushing. So I already got the other side out and I had to do this, but I'm gonna have to end up cutting the leaf spring to be able to get that bolt out, which really sucks because I have to reuse these bolts and I can't really get them out because it's so seized in there. This truck really isn't that rusty, but for whatever reason these are completely stuck in there. So I'm gonna start cutting this thing out and I'm just gonna order some new hardware to mount the leaf springs. Alright, now that I got this first big piece of the leaf spring off, there's another piece that I have to cut in here, and then hopefully this will drop down. Well, we got both the leaf springs pulled out of the truck. I went ahead and did the other side off camera. I actually did this side first, so that way I could kind of figure out how it all comes apart and then show you guys how to do it on the other side. Not gonna lie, that really sucked. It was very difficult to be able to cut the bolts out because they were just super stuck in those little sleeves there. I don't know if that's a common problem, but I'm kind of glad that we're going ahead and replacing this because it just wasn't very good. So we're going to now put in the new leaf springs, but I can't do that just yet because I have to go get some hardware. Well, since I don't have my bolts in there yet, I'm gonna start working on the front section of the suspension. So I kind of really want to start with the pitman arm because I feel like that's gonna be kind of difficult to remove. So I'm gonna start there, and I have to pull this off to be able to drop that down so that way it will work with the new suspension. Once I get that taken care of, I can go ahead and start unbolting the brackets and everything for the front axle, get that drop down, put in the new brackets, put it back together, and then hopefully tomorrow I can get the new bolts in and we can put the leaf springs back in place. So let me start by disassembling this stuff and see how it goes. Alright, so kind of staring at this and trying to figure out how it all comes apart. I've never really looked underneath of one of these front suspensions before. I have had a two-wheel drive twin I-beam F100, so it's kind of similar to that, where this beam actually moves up and down, and same with this one, but on this case the twin traction has the differential, and then it has a U-joint, and that has an axle attached to it, and then that's going to this side. To get this all apart, it looks like the easiest thing to do is to undo this bolt, and then there's one on this beam on the other side, and then kind of drop this whole thing down out of the way. Then we can get to our brackets and everything else and put in the new brackets and then bolt it all back together. So it's kind of intimidating at first because there's kind of a lot going on, but it doesn't seem to be that difficult. So I'm gonna try it. Like I said, I don't know much about this, so I'm learning as I go, but I'll take you guys along. So let's see how it comes apart. All right, well, the axle is dropped out. So now we can go ahead and we can try to remove the brackets that hold it up. And basically what those new brackets are going to do is just take that bolt hole location and move it down. So if you can see under there, that front bracket really drops it down, and then they even have a little supporting bracket to kind of brace the two together. I still haven't gotten the bolts in yet, so tomorrow hopefully they'll come in and we can start final assembling this thing and see what it looks like on the ground again. There's been a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, especially doing it on the ground. If you have access to a lift, definitely take advantage of it because this would probably go a lot quicker that way. But we got it in there regardless, so now I wanna jack it up, I wanna get it back on its wheels, then we can try to figure out what we have to do with the rear end of the truck. Well, guys, I should have listened to you. We installed the front of the Rough Country lift kit, and the kit is a great kit. It fits in there really good, and you do have to get an alignment after you do the kit to make sure that the camber isn't all whack like it is right now. But it's very unfortunate because I'll put up a picture of what the kit looks like on a regular F250, and it looks pretty normal. But on our chassis swap here, it is way too tall. It's like ridiculously tall. And I feel like I've ruined this truck. Now, seeing the truck in factory form, whenever it had the original cab and everything on it, it definitely looked like it needed a lift. And I reached out to Rough Country before I actually did the swap, so I had all the parts ready to go. And then we did the swap, and I thought it looked really good the way it did. It just needed to maybe be a little bit taller in the front, but this is just way too much, especially for me. I'm not a lifted truck guy, and this is way too high up there. Oh, it sucks. So I just spent a week basically ruining the front of the F250. After I let the truck down and set on its weight, I really debated on not putting this video up, but talked to some friends, and they said I should go ahead and put the video up. Like I said, nothing against Rough Country. The kit is really good. It's just not made for this chassis swap build, unfortunately. So I have a few options. What I'm thinking is I'm not gonna go ahead and put the rear together because I really think it's way too tall. It's like insanely tall. What I'm gonna do is either go back and put the factory leaf springs back in it, which I had to cut to get out, which really sucks. I definitely needed to replace them anyway. The bushings were completely gone in them and they needed to be replaced. So it's not the end of the world. I can put all this stuff back in there, get some new leaf springs. Or like I said, I did want to do a solid axle swap in it. So I could do that as well. I really don't want to spend the money on a solid axle. They're pretty expensive, especially since this one is already geared and made for it. It seems like it's the cheaper solution just to go back to stock. I do have it all apart, so it'd be really nice while I'm there just to put something even better in there. I don't really know, but this is the video, so I'm sorry this one is not gonna work out. I have to think about what I'm gonna do. This really sucks. So anyway, the F250 will not be this tall. I'm gonna put it back basically to what it looked like before. Maybe with a solid axle, we'll have to see. There's a lot more things I have to do. We have to cut the frame down. I really want to pull the cab back off, like I said, and fix all the stuff I couldn't get to with the cab on the chassis. I don't even think I can pull the cab off of the chassis right now because it is so tall. So this is a rough one, guys, but this is a part of the YouTube. I work a full-time job. I come here at night to put stuff together for you guys on YouTube. Sometimes it works out awesome and sometimes it doesn't. That's just life. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do, and hopefully in the next episode I have some answers. So we will see. But that is going to do it for this one. Once again, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.